Have you ever brushed off a dizzy spell or headache after a head collision? What if you were told that this could have serious consequences later in life? In fact, what you think are minor incidents could actually be traumatic brain injuries, or TBIs. Dr. Alina Arulsamy, a neuroscientist and lecturer at Monash University, Malaysia, specializes in TBI research.
The impact to your head, whether it is a force that is directly on your head or even like a blast injury, can result your brain, because your brain is a gelatin-like structure. So it will shake. It will shake and it will bounce off inside the skull. And then that causes your brain to be impacted inside the skull and therefore causing an injury. So say if you're playing a sports and you go, headbutt into someone else and you would turn. So that rotational force will basically cause your brain to also turn inside and therefore causing your neurons in your brain to basically twist and tear. So that's how an injury happens.
Alina, who was introduced to TBI during her PhD studies in Australia, says it gets even more complicated from here. While moderate and severe TBIs typically result in loss of consciousness, with individuals often being immediately hospitalized, mild TBI can be sneakier.
For mild TBI, you don't get that same kind of symptoms. So at most, you will get maybe, you feel a little lightheaded, or you lose maybe a very temporary loss of consciousness, maybe for about a few minutes. So a lot of people, what they do is, they just think, I just sleep it off and it'll be fine.
And according to Alina, that's the biggest problem.
Even a mild TBI can often lead to long-term impairments. Maybe not as serious as the ones you see in moderate to severe, but with time, with aging, there are microscopic damage in the brain that cannot be picked up even by CT scans.
Research worldwide has shown that mild TBI is associated with an increased risk of developing several life-altering conditions such as Alzheimer's, Parkinson's disease, speech problems, or even personality changes. Alina shared that Malaysians in particular need to be cautious since one of the major reasons for TBI is road accidents. Sadly, to date, there is no cure to mitigate the long-term impairments of TBI. While Alina's lab and others worldwide continue to study the mechanisms of TBI to potentially develop screening methods and a miracle drug for impairments like Alzheimer's, for now, she urges the public to always seek medical help. And as the pandemic has taught us all, scientific research is the key towards a brighter and healthier future for all. Theevya, Ragu, FMT Lifestyle.